Welcome to the Musar Torah podcast for Parshas Korach. Join us as we explore the weekly Parsha, uncovering valuable insights and striving to become the best versions of ourselves through Musar teachings. This week's Parsha begins with one of the Torah's most notorious rebellions. Korach, along with his followers, challenged the leadership of Moshe and Aaron with a seemingly democratic claim. The entire nation is holy, so why do you, Moshe and Aaron, elevate yourselves above the congregation of Hashem? Moshe Rabbeinu's response is fascinating. He tells them to wait until morning, when Hashem will reveal who is truly holy and chosen for leadership. Rashi, drawing from the Medrash, explains Moshe's deeper meaning. Just as Korach cannot change day into night, he cannot change Hashem's appointment of Aaron as Kohen Gadol. Rabbi Shlomo Wolbe Zecher Levracha in his Shiurei Chumash offers a profound insight into this exchange. He explains that Aaron's appointment as Kohen Gadol wasn't merely an assignment of position. It was a fundamental act of creation, no different than Hashem's creation of day and night. In essence, Hashem molded Aaron specifically for this role, crafting his very being to align with his sacred purpose. This teaches us something remarkable about our own lives. Each of us have been created with a unique set of characteristics and tendencies and potentials. These fundamental aspects of our nature aren't random accidents, but divine craftsmanship. The Gemara in Shabbos, Kuf Nun Vav Amud Aleph, illustrates this concept with a striking example. It teaches that a person born under the influence of Ma'adamim, Mars, will have a tendency toward bloodshed. This isn't something they can eliminate from their nature. However, and this is crucial, they have complete freedom in how they channel this tendency. They might become a shochet, a moel, or a doctor who draws blood for healing, or, God forbid, a murderer. Another Medrash shares that when Shmuel came to anoint David as king, he initially was concerned because David had a ruddy complexion like Esav, suggesting a propensity for bloodshed. However, when Shmuel looked into David's eyes and saw that they were fine-looking, he was reassured. This indicated that David would only spill blood with the permission of the Sanhedrin, who are considered the eyes of the nation. His natural tendency wasn't eliminated, but it would be channeled appropriately. This teaching offers us profound guidance for our own self-development. So often in personal growth, we fight against our natural tendencies, trying to become someone entirely different from who we are. Perhaps true growth isn't about changing our fundamental nature. It's about understanding it deeply and directing it toward its higher purpose. Think about your own life. What tendencies do you find yourself consistently fighting against? Perhaps you have an intensity that sometimes emerges as anger. Maybe you have a sensitivity that can manifest as emotional volatility. Or you might have an analytical mind that sometimes leads to overthinking and worry. What if, instead of viewing these tendencies as flaws to eliminate, you saw them as raw material given to you by Hashem, unique aspects of your being that can be channeled into multiple directions? That intensity could become passion for justice. That sensitivity could become empathy for others. That analytical mind could become wisdom in solving complex problems. The message of our Parsha isn't that we should accept destructive behaviors. Rather, it's that we should understand our core tendencies and make conscious choices about how to direct them. Korach's error wasn't in recognizing his leadership qualities. It was directing them toward rebellion rather than constructive service. His ambition could have been channeled toward elevation rather than destruction. As we move through this week, let's reflect on our own unique makeup. What tendencies do we find in ourselves that typically are viewed as negative? Can we see these same qualities properly directed might become strength? Remember, as Rav Wolbe teaches us, each of us have been specifically created with our own unique characteristics. The question isn't whether we can eliminate them, but how will we channel them? Will we use our innate tendencies to build or to destroy? The choice is ours. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Musar Torah podcast. Until next time, may we all merit to discover the divine purpose in our unique creation and to channel our natural tendencies towards serving Hashem and benefiting others. Have a good Shabbos.